what's the word I'm looking for?
A more
A more
like
like
common,
common,
cool
like
street cred
cool
word
street
might be,
cred word might be, haters,
or
or
whatever the fuck.
word the fuck, like I was trying to look for a word that
Couldn't think of
good
it.
can think of it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
but
stupid.
it
Yeah,
is
not into
stupid
that,
and
but,
not into
you know,
that, but whatever
situation you're in
situation
life,
there's always going to be people that hold you accountable for certain things, a question certain things you do. So whoever the fire squad may be, in a whole month of them, and let the mosque squad there ask, even maybe you're the flying squad today, man.
Connected to what I am, or what am I, what flipping it. There is something there of like this unrelenting self-acceptance, right? So like this idea that like no matter what, you're going to accept who you are and take pride in it, even if it means you're going to be judged for it. Dude, that's a sick place to be in life, eh?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm still learning.
I'm still learning. I'm not finished that quote. I'm still growing. I could see you're 50, and I'm sure it's different things.
We can have that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Wood,
cool.
eh? I don't even know if that's fucking real wood. I'll touch some real wood before we get out of here. We'll get in there. I want to talk about My Woman. Is that cool?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
It's a great record too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You explore your relationship. Oh wait, hold on. Before we get into that, is there a xylophone on Alienated?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear it. It sounds really good. Okay. Anyway, back to
It might have been cards.
That's what I was wondering. Genuinely.
I don't know if it was.
I don't know
but
if it was, but my
I
opinion think it was.
that was in the house.
If the deck was in the house after they
Okay,
reused
so
it.
you really are recording all these songs in a room under the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like life in your house is going on around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just finding time during the day to record?
Yeah, I was
obviously process before,
even Kai was born.
Even Kai was born, you know what I mean? And then
on an evening when she was born,
she was living in the house, so
figure out another space
to do things, and the building like a shed, but garden for a bit, and
eventually developed
into the cabin, and is now. So
yeah, it was just trying to just make this record from the organic place of my actual existence and habitual surrounded. So I feel like I could bring that energy into the music then.
That's the most beautiful way to create, most organic, most authentic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Death straps off, my thing, you know what I mean? Go in studio.
With no shoes on.
No t-shirts. Chill, like, relax.
Live life and make music.
Love life and make music.
The idea of you, like, belting and doing all these runs with, like, just normal life happening around you is pretty sick.
Safe, I appreciate that.
But also, like, exactly the way this album needs to be made.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
In order for it to feel real
as those, I think.
100%. It's her xylophone. Sick. How much of this music was made before she was born compared to after?
It was I'd say about 50-50.
I'd say about 50-50.
You know what I mean? I had
like
actually probably
less, probably like
30%, 20-30%
for sure was born, and then a lot of the record
really became a record
like after the born.
Do you go back and touch songs or rewrite songs that had been done or you thought were done before?
I think
that always happens. If I was to
reel off some songs
from my mind right now and
speak about them
songs, there's so many songs that are left to go, and you could today, because it's just development, I could do this better, do get better, but also the thing is with me, like my team would tell you,
they
like
abuse me for
it because I have this
thing where
I once I record.
I feel like there's a magic to that moment, right? So especially if I'm writing, and it comes to my place of like, I got that idea like seconds before, and I put it on the mic. I came into it 2 weeks later, and I did that same thing. It's not gonna have the same kind of magic to it, some kind of conviction. Just like this life will go enough, and this is a really good idea. Let me say this to you right now. Come out, correct? So I record songs, and then I don't wanna go touch that in case I ruin it. You know what I mean? And it takes this magic away from me. It sounds rehearsed or feels premeditated, and it doesn't have this real cool vibe to that comes from just being expressive
So how do you figure that out with bringing in a producer who's gonna maybe ask you to recut things and or like?
But the thing is,
didn't. And asked me to record one go.
So you really had this album was really done before he touched it.
He mastered
he mastered my vocal and made it sound
pretty as fuck.
Pretty as
dude,
fuck.
it's crazy.
The vocals
I never record again for Death Call. Once you start working, I didn't touch my vocal.
Wow, it's really great.
Because I wanted it
to feel that weird. Me want to feel us
raw and as
authentic as I could, and an own record too that I felt was like by me.
Recording that,
be across it and doing it myself.
It feels like a lot of these songs were like recorded with you and musicians in the room in one take. Like that's what it gives. Like it very much gives like very much one take and you did it.
A lot of the
sentiment behind
the
record word that and to feel like it was
one vibe,
a live song, and we don't go make anything perfect. We just keep it the way it is.
It worked.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Goal accomplished.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah. Back to My Woman. This is it seems to me that you're talking about an actual woman, but there are moments throughout the record and throughout the album where you do explore your relationship with alcohol, and that is touched upon in this song. So are you talking about a woman or are you talking about booze?
I think that's
the thing about music, right? Like it can be taken however anybody wants to take. I was talking about specifically in that situation. I'm talking about my woman. I'm not talking about alcohol. I'm talking about
dealing with situations
using alcohol. Forgetting her. Using alcohol as the replacement. And I'm saying
How It Feels. Great record. Where are you at when you write it?
I can do that. Sad.
Yeah. Where
was that?
You answered the question.
The emotional
stance. Like emotional stances.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that enough?
Is that enough of it?
Explanation.
Explanation.
Is that
Yeah, just
thinking about things, and going through
my
breakups and situations there, and
I think in
that center personally we're talking about not being able to explain to the person that you're in love with why is this necessarily copy the best version of partner that you're gonna be,
and that's really sad.
And that's sort of this sad thing.
It is sad because you can be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I could be.
But I was that place at that point in my life,
Does a song like this put a period on that story, or is it an ellipsis? Like a ... and a continuation?
No, it's a period.
No, it's a period.
It's a period. Yeah,
it's a period. Yeah, at this point. Yeah.
Is that something you needed?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Everybody needs closure. At some point.
Is this...
close things off.
The close things off. Be like, this is done. I'm doing this, and there's much to go out and actually perform.
Is this song that closure?
No, I don't think
this song's closure. I just think like this disclosure in life, in general, like you get it, and I've moved on from that situation now, but that's how I was feeling at that moment.
It's really, by the way, like the most adult thing is that genuinely is emotional closure attached to a family that will forever have to exist because you have the most beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah.
You created this incredible being that is this force of nature.
Hopefully.
She will be. Yeah, because
it just falls of nature to me.
But she will be to society in this world as she wants to, when she wants to. She has amazing parents. But like that is maturity. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's,
definitely, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And And like I've said,
like I've said, it doesn't mean to sound like a broken record, but she has given me a lot of them things, and she's given me maturity. She's forced my sensibility to become this mature father for her, this responsible role model that takes accountability for their actions and sticks to them word, and proves that my word is bound, like whatever I say is done by this is where I'm.
Respect. Is there on the list of things that you care about becoming a person who's ready to be a partner for somebody again one day?
Hopefully,
hopefully
that
comes on the horizon again. I personally, this point in my life, up to an adult, everybody, around me that is in my life, no friends, family, no one's people that might just be seen a little bit, and they not necessarily in a relationship with. That's not where I'm at in my life, and I'm completely for the first time in my life happy and accepting of that. Like I don't need another person in order to identify myself, to find myself and I'm cool by myself, and I'm okay living my own clock, my time, my own schedule. And if I do eventually fall in love with someone, it will be something that's beautiful and something that is a 50-50. We both want to read that, and we both is interested in each other as the other one, and hopefully that happened for me at some point in life. I don't know when that is, but I'm not actively searching it. If it find that, I'll let you know that.
In due time, and I smile out of pure joy and happiness, because I think one of the hardest things for somebody to realize is that they don't need somebody else, right? To find happiness alone in what you have around you and the family that you have grown, and that extends from Kai to the farm to your friends to everything. Like there's security and love and acceptance just with that and what you have.
I'm 31 years deep.
I'm 31 years deep. I've spent a lot of time with this person, and I'm starting to like them.
I'm cool.
I'm cool with this person. This is a good word. Like, hey, if you can pick who you want to be, and that means like I've picked this God, be this person, and I'm happy with that.
Beautiful thing to say. Was there a moment in your life where you never thought you could even say that?
Definitely,
Definitely, I probably would have cringed at myself even thinking about saying it, to be honest. This is very nice.
Beautiful. By the way, that's saying that and being that honest and transparent, but also finding this acceptance and love within, and with external factors weighing into that. That is cool. It isn't cringe.
I think
that development obviously get Cody, understand that, that is cool, like to be that right thing, Peter, this like potential is cause of version of yourself where you think first day that these people gonna judge me, or whatever, just be transparent, and you find them. And when you're faithing towards human beings, the love is reciprocated, and this time, that there would be going from the same human experiences, you're not amazing, special, one of individual role going through something together,
That understanding, right? That like we're all human, we're all going through something, we're all going through something together. Would that understanding maybe help bring perspective or clarity to what you were going through when you were in a band?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. I'm not one person. Situation is individual. There's always somebody that can relate to it. So which were affirm, and I think the thing was when we were so young and we were in the band, we didn't have that level of compassion yet, because we didn't want to stand life. We just weakened with kids that were just thrown into the situation, and now we're look back at, I can't look at, in a positive light, be like, all these guys came from similar background to me, they had nothing, they worked out stuff, they wanted to sing, got thrown in the band, and we presented each other to a certain degree because we were solo artists, and we're important banded. We should have never felt that way, should have never been the competition, should have always been a camaraderie, which have always been there for each other and at each other's back,
So I think that's just
a development over time again, like I've become more compassionate care person for other people, and the thing that I learned is I could have done that earlier,
But you also can't you can't hate the person you were, as you were just a child evolving and growing.
Exactly, yeah.
Just a young person.
Just a young person learn.
Yeah.
You can't you can't learn until you do, right? Like you have to fucking trip and fall before you can like understand why and get back up.
Exactly, yeah.
Run
Exactly,
again.
yeah.
It's interesting because like everything happens for a reason, and this album is a beautiful body of work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got to listen to. There's going to be a link below, so please listen to it. Gates of Hell. What are the Gates of Hell?
Gates of Hell.
Gates of Hell.
I knew I was going to get asked.
I knew I was going to ask about this.
Gates of Hell is
Gates of Hell is the idea that you're at the
shittest place.
The shittest place,
like,
you know,
that you
like
could be at,
that you
like,
could be
in
at,
a
in a situation, like it's
the gates of hell.
The gates
right?
of hell.
What gets worse
What
than
gets
that?
worse
Like,
than that? Like
you're at this
place of just turmoil, you know, internally with this whole
I don't like you very much.
I don't like you very much.
Like
I keep pointing with shit. It is a hook, and in that song, you know, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The whole idea of the song was meant to be like you just
went to a bar.
You just broke up with your girlfriend, and you had a few drinks, and you just spoke him out. Like that was the intention behind it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
I had a few drinks
and another song. Yeah, just completely honest.
So fucked. I can't feel my face. Know a couple people might call me a disgrace, but fuck them. I ain't looking up. He never been one to give me a second look.
And ever been one to
give a second look.
Yeah. That's all good.
That's all good.
Great record.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there a strategy behind the order of this album?
Yeah.
They all sonically
play into each other.
They
play one after the
play
other
one after the other in a nice manner, and they also
have some
sentiment behind, you know, like the ideas of that song of this song that comes after the morning after, you know what I mean? Like, so this is like
I'm drunk and
then I wake up and last night I didn't know where I was, you know, or down or sideways, like, but frowning anywhere because I'm hungover from last night, and that's where it's going through.
Birds on a cloud. False starts? What is false start?
A false start.
A false start.
I think the idea
behind that is, you know,
the false start.
The false start. Beginning of the Reds,
the gun went off
and started running. That was really the starting.
And I felt
like that was
something that kind of I guess for my first introduction to being a solo artist to where I was at now, you know.
Felt like I hit the ground running into and just kind of stopped, you know. So
it was a false start.
It was a false start.
Here I am
with the new one.
Where'd you stop for the first time?
I think I just took
my foot off the pedal a little bit, especially when the promotion and, you know, like interviews and things like this. Like, I just was not interested in it at all. Like,
it doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck, actually.
I just wasn't interested in it.
Was in the faces stay hot like this now, you know. But
you know, these
things you live on life from, and you realize that in this situation you want the job that I'm doing. They want to know you, you know. Is this person a good person?
We live in a world now where
people really
want every single thing about,
you know, and that's not necessarily who I am. I'm not an extrovert. I don't give everything to everybody. Just I keep a lot of stuff to myself. So it was hard for me to
transition into that
place where it was like, you know, this is okay. I'm cool with this, you know.
And also accepting
that I want a successful career, you know.
I'd never been able to say that,
like, oh yeah, I want my music to do really well. Like, it felt like
weird to me
to say that. I was like, oh yeah, just like put it out, see what happens, and have this cool edge of things, you know what I mean? Like, this clinical is what it is, okay. But really I did.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely do care.
Self-defense.
Totally, like stepping away, like kind of relinquishing control.
If I don't care,
that didn't force it to hurt me, right? Exactly.
There's something cool about
being hurt and caring.
Because if you're hurt, you could
do something.
You could do something about it. Yeah.
Channel that into something tangible.
Exactly.
And you know, by the way, it's so interesting that you say that, like, now people want to know all of you. And I was thinking to myself, like, when I say interviews suck, I thought to myself instantly when you're in the band and you're doing, dude, I mean, some days you could have done 8 interviews in a day. right? Like, I mean, more. I mean,
more,
you did crazy radio rooms. You guys would split up and do separate things, and the goal was as many outlets as humanly possible all the time. Saturation. But for as many interviews as one would do then, they were all puddle deep, right? The most shallow little things. So it's like demanding and as intensive as it was, and like kind of not thought-provoking, but also thought-provoking, because you have to think when
but
you
also real trivial.
But also real
Yes,
trivial.
that's it, like-
and like soul-driven.
And like soul.
100%.
Yeah.
Sometimes like
Yeah.
like trivial shit like sucks energy out of you more than like this.
Than this,
Yeah,
for sure.
then
Yeah,
this for
is
sure.
engaging.
Yeah, this is engaging, and this
beneficial.
is
Feels
beneficial.
like
Feels like you're actually having a discussion, having a conversation where they get to the point of like when I started somebody rapping.
What's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
Who's your favorite
What's
celebrity?
your favorite celebrity crush?
Yes.
Like okay.
Yeah, like okay, like we're doing
Like,
this.
is anything else you want to know
anything
about
else
me?
you want to know about me?
Besides
Like
what I eat
sides where
for dinner?
For dinner? And
The
me.
answer was like no back then.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, it was
so yeah,
a
it
lot
was
of
a lot
that,
that,
you know, helped.
and that you know
Sorry,
how
not help,
and sorry,
like,
not help, like
made it more of a
made
negative
it more of a
experience
negative
for me,
experience for me. You know that me
and I had the taste in my
I had
mouth.
the taste
you know
of
what
my
I mean?
mouth.
Like,
You know
when
what I
I left
mean?
it,
When I left it,
solo artist, I
solo
still
artist, like
remembered
still
that, you know,
remembered
I
that,
didn't
you know,
wanna
and that
go
go
back into
go
that
back
pool
into
straight
that
away. I
pool
was like,
straight
I'm
away. I
cool,
was like,
like,
I'm cool. Like
I'll bide my tongue.
I'm bite my tongue.
But like I said, I
But
learned,
like I said, I
it
learned, you know, I mean, there is
to
viable for me to represent myself as me, because all people do know of me is this guy was to spam, so the should get to know me.
And by the way, you can do the right stuff that you want to do, right? Like, you've picked the right environments.
and I can do these
And I can do
Yes.
this time.
interviews and have these kind of conversations where, you know,
people
get that insight and
get that insight and get to know
Us,
me.
Alex Cooper, Sean Evans. Yes. We have
Amazing.
a really great company to be in, by the way, but also the right places to go and, like, I don't know, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you make your way all the way with those wings, whatever?
What'd you say?
Did you eat
What
all
do you
the
say?
wings?
All the hot.
All the hot
Yeah,
water.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
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 Painful?
A little bit.
A
Yeah.
little bit, yeah.
Burnt my face.
About my face
yeah.
a little
Like,
bit, yes, and like
is what it is.
what is
It's
what
kinda
is
fun
it? It's
too.
kind of
Like,
fun too.
I enjoyed
like,
the interview.
I
It was
joined
alright.
the
Does it
interview. It's
linger the
alright.
pain? Like, does it hang around?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
was
it
not,
was,
my stomach
was
wasn't
not.
great.
My stomach
That's my
wasn't
gate
great.
to hell, brother. Okay.
That's a whole
Yeah,
different meaning.
it's a whole different meaning.
It's a whole different fiery
Yeah.
sensation. Damn. Concrete Kisses is beautiful. By the way,
I'm sorry.
attached to Birds on a Cloud, this is another really great meaning, right? Like this idea that you've been kissed by the concrete from falling so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Falling over what? Or just everything?
Just think.
Falling in life,
the
you know, the concrete constantly kisses you.
Let's take it as a kiss.
Let's take it as a kiss rather than a fall.
You can learn from that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's positivity in that.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah,
the
like
contrast, you know
the
what I mean, of
contrast,
this,
you know,
like,
what I mean, of
idea
this like idea of
something that
is seen as you know
an interaction
and the interaction or the expression of love, but it having this real like
hard edge,
like hard
you know what I mean?
just attached to it. I mean, much of being kissed by the concrete, I'm sure, just feels great.
Falling in love and falling quite literally.
with the pain of it.
With the pain
Yeah.
of it.
Because it is painful. Is that how you know it's love? Or
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how you
That's a
know.
real
Love
deep
is that's a
question.
really question.
It's hard. You know?
It's hard. You know,
I think love comes
I
about
think love
in
comes
many different
in
forms.
many different forms.
In love with somebody
is
a whole different
kind of
complicated.
complicated.
There's so many variables.
There's so many variables that go into it.
You can never really pinpoint. I think
what is love.
I think there's ways you can
There's
show.
the ways you can show love.
express
You can express it.
That's our human understanding of it.
Understanding of it.
What is love? Is
what is love? This is an
right?
intangible
You can't
thing,
hold
right?
it
And
in
you
our
can't
hands.
hold
It's
it in
not
your hands.
something
It's not
and
something
it's
that
forever
exists.
it's forever changing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because that is one thing that I've realized is like I think love has taken on new definition, right? Like in moments where I thought maybe I was in love, but then I actually fall in love, and I realized that what I had before wasn't real love or a
That's what I mean,
version
because the
of love.
perspective changes.
Changes. Perspective changes.
Like,
You look back on it when you as in like when maybe I wasn't in that, but that's time.
So is it love or is it
love
life
or is it life
experience?
experience? You know what I mean?
That we are going through.
That we are going through. We know.
We're just in
We just end situations. We look back and we different odds. It's a completely different
Do you look
situation.
back at what you've come from and go, I was in love?
I think when you ask me what is
when you
love,
ask
I
me
think
what
the
is
reason
love, I
that's
think it's
hard
the reason that's hard for me to answer that question is I don't know if I've ever actually truly been
at this point.
at this point.
You could say you're in love with Kai. You love Kai.
Yeah, but that's
like, totally different.
Yeah, I'm in love with her.
I'm in love with her as my child. Like in love with somebody who
is complete
separate entity. They're not my family.
I'm in love with this person.
I don't know.
It's interesting because like there are, I think, some things that could be shared, right? Like this idea that you want Kai to be the best version of herself. You want that for any partner. This idea that you reprioritize the people you love, right? And you put them before oneself. There are some common threads, but it is a totally different love. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
let me know when it comes your way, okay?
I will too.
I will too.
Thanks. Speaking of love, something in the water. What's in the water?
Something in the water.
Something in the water is.
I felt like
close the record was so in this like for garden space
Sex it up a little bit.
Yeah, something.
That was a bit zen, you know, and like it's something. He's like, yo, Zen can still sing this song too, you know. I'm still down for downbeat vibes. I'm still into the sexy vibes, and that's what that was pretty much.
Make love to this.
Yeah.
It works.
Give you something to break
you up a little bit.
It's like it is like the right moment in the album where it doesn't deviate, but it just gives you that energy that, again, like,
gives you a different mood.
Gives you different moods, you know, for a little
right amount of time.
And then you come back into what the rest of the record is.
What do you want somebody to learn about you from listening to this album?
I like all different types of music. I enjoy writing. A grown person that's living the human experience. And I don't think I'm anything better than anybody else.
What did you learn about yourself from making this album? Are there any common threads?
I think I knew a lot of things that are in this album before I made this album, but I managed to express it through the things that I'm saying in the record. So I don't know if I learned anything specifically. I think
that's just
resonating
with the fact that
you know, like we were saying, I'm not a perfect person. I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. No, it's perfect.
That's okay.
And that's okay.
To be imperfect
and what
that's so freeing. How do you define success? How do you define success?
Define success.
It's
hard for me.
It is hard for me because
a lot of people
will always press that question, be like, what was the definitive moment that you realized you were successful? You know.
I don't think there is a definitive
moment.
I think I gain them feelings of
success and small shot, but you know. Like
I did this song.
This felt great. I felt accomplished. Do this,
and that's why I need to constantly drive and push myself to get better because I want to get it in the shop. But it's sort of like I'll feel the did this and that. I'm thinking about the next thing I want to do in order to get that sense of accomplishment. But in terms of like made it, I don't think I'll ever say that about myself as in my life. Like I don't think anybody's ever truly made it. Life is an experience, like we said, and like we said, it is time. You know, people like me right now, 5-10 years, 15, 20 years, I'm cool, realistic enough with myself that I can accept people might not give a fuck anymore about, you know, that's cool. So like you just gotta push yourself to get better constantly in order to keep people's attention, keep people interested. But that's on you. Like you gotta make it interesting.
So two questions. The sense of accomplishment that you're feeling from making this album and finishing these songs, did you have that same sense of accomplishment when you were doing the first era of solo stuff?
Definitely not.
Not.
Yeah.
You know,
that's developed too. You know, the sense of accomplishment is greater because I had a great involvement. I put more work into. You know. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You said, you know, what is define success.
Define success to me. What's it right? Success is
a weird thing.
Is a weird thing. You know, I think it's dependent on people's perception, like what they think.
over
as success. And for me, a lot of things are people see as successful. I don't rate them things. So having money, being famous, people knowing who you are, like having the nice car, having a nice house, I don't rate them first. That's not what I did this for. You know, I'm just an artist
that needs to
create, and it's like an incessant desire that takes over me, that I need to
express
these feelings, and I need to sing, and I need to pay it. It's not
for the end result.
The end result, you know what I'm saying? I don't do it for like, oh, what are people gonna say about this? Is more I mean to do.
Everything is just like a byproduct.
And then whatever
comes after. That's real on to do the people's perception, what they
the
think
ripple
of
effect
it.
doesn't influence your need
At all.
So how many songs do you write before you narrow it down to the 15 that we get?
I think for this record,
I wrote about 16, 17.
Because I
really on my other records, like
I think I ended up writing
like 50, 60 for some of them, for like
for Mind of Mine,
for Mind of Mine,
not for Mind of Mine, sorry,
not for Mind of Mine, so for Icarus Falls, and then
whittled that down to
like I think about I don't know how many songs are on that all in all, but there's a lot of songs.
And then
nobody's listening. I think I did about 30 songs for, and I did open like 11 songs of the record, I think so.
This was
with less the amount of rock, but the content was higher, you know, like it was quality of a comedy.
Painting. I'd stopped for a little bit, but just got back into it, like
probably weeks before I came out here.
Just felt like I needed
to stop painting, and again, it just said this desire into it, and I guess the other things on campus.
Currently,
I totally am painting J. Cole's KRD album cover
for my friend
because you asked me to paint it for him, because I like doing like cartoon stuff, like for a bright rated course, you know, like cartoonical looking.
So I'm doing it in kind of
my style, or I'm painting that, but it's looking pretty good. Like I'm pretty proud of this.
I want to see your work.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Please. So like, you say cartoony, like, what are you doing? Like cultural pieces, like pop culture pieces? Are you doing anything in
more stylistically, culturally looking, you know what I mean? Like big bold black eyes and big fried coats, kind of control looking stuff, you know, overly exaggerated features, if I'm trying to test this. Yeah.
I've probably in the last like 3 years, I've grown a real deep, fond appreciation for art. I mean, like physical art. And I think I've always appreciated and had deep appreciation for someone who can create something out of nothing, right? And for that to come from a vulnerable place. So like when you're painting something, do you go into a different zone or a trance? Or are you cautious and conscious?
I don't know if
it's a trance, or, you know,
I just enjoy painting.
It's a place of like creation and freedom, you know.
And the thing is with
art, there's not right or wrong, you know. It's just expression. So
I think that's what I enjoy about it.
I like the idea there's no right and wrong, that you can just
So do you think about it when you're doing it?
Painted and drawn for my whole life pretty much, as far back as I can remember, and just something that keeps me to a
real nice
feeling, and I feel good when I'm painting, feel like a kid.
Is there something to it that, like, because you genuinely, everything's done for you, but this, like, it's art that's not for commercial, you know, anything, consumption. Like, it's genuinely something that you can make, that you can keep within your friend group, the people you care about.
That's the other side.
And then that's with the side of it too, you know, that means not pressure with it, and that's it also. The reason why I was even the early abrupt and stuff, but the reason I do it is because, you know, pressure, like, people are expecting me to be great at rapping, you know what I mean? So something that I can just do and have it for myself, like,
and I feel we need
that too, you know.
Especially
if you're in a position like me, where the stuff that you do is so important, apart from what people are written into it, looking into it. It's nice stuff to bring yourself in.
So maybe
in the future, I'll do an art gallery or something. I mean, when I'm old, about like to build like a whole repertoire art for like 4 years, like oh, this is all my stuff, and come check out and look at that actually for sale. You know, you can look at it.
That's cool. Like I've never thought, like, you know, to plan the careers of an artist today is different than it's ever been before, right? Like this, like, and I'm gonna go look at the Mona Lisa in 2 days. I'm excited, like, down to go to the Louvre. That's sick. But like, when you think of art today, like, what art is making waves, right? It's art that you see on a building that people then fight to tear apart. Like, it is like, what does it mean to be a painter or a street artist or somebody who creates art with a bunch of different materials and textures, and like, so different. Yeah, have a fucking gallery, a bunch of shit. Like, how many pieces do you make in a month? What is it like? Do you?
It depends.
It depends. I go pretty fast. Sometimes it can take time. Depends on what kind of style I'm doing, but sometimes I could do like three paintings in 3 days, like one a day.
Wow.
Like,
but there's also something to like keeping it within a community, right? Like, I can also
paint with acrylic.
Because I paint with acrylic too, so it dries really fast. That's a good thing about it, you know what I mean? Like, you can just keep.
Where do you paint?
I have like a
porch area outside my house. It's like just all glass windows.
Just like
a extension in front on mass and introducing all the trees and stuff. And lost natural sunlight in there. And I just love painting there, and it's good.
Yeah, sometimes.
But music can be distracting to me if I need to focus on stuff. I stop singing and get into music.
You really just zone out on the strokes.
Yeah, I like to just paint.
That's sick. It's really cool. I wish I had that skill. I have the most respect for people. It's really cool. It's just like a very cool
I enjoy it, and nice.
I never
thought about this school. I just enjoy it a little bit.
When did you start? Do you remember like the first thing you ever like painted or drew?
God knows.
God knows. I used to be obsessed with Casper as a kid.
I used to draw him.
And I used to draw him a lot. Like, I used to draw Casper, the Friendly Ghost.
So
I think that's like my earliest memory of like copying like a perfect circle head and like trying to make it look like Casper, you know.
Okay, there is something to art, right? Like, and that's how you learn is by copying something that.
For sure.
That's all art is, right? Not one that idea is original. That's the point.
Of course it does.
Yeah, 100%. I think anybody that says it does it is completely bullshitting, you know. I mean, we're all inspired by what the people, and that's a great thing. Like we were talking about earlier, we're all living this human experience again. Then we all see things from other people that we can take for ourselves and, you know, mold it and make out a version of it, and that's all art is. Like, that's what this number right wrote. It's your perspective, and it's your story.
Gotta listen to Under the Stairs. It's waiting for you on Amazon Music. There's a real room under the stairs?
Yeah.
There's a room under the stairs.
Cool. I mean, like, when you sell the house, you'll be like, yo.
Yeah. This was the room.
I'm not selling
I'm not selling that. If you want to know, I'm never gonna sell that house. That's gonna be part of my existence forever.
It's gonna be a museum to you one day.
Hopefully,
yeah. I'm gonna play Kakals in that I can't sell it. Like, it's if they do all the monies to go to charity, so nobody will sell it.
Because nobody likes to do anything good for anybody.
They'll be like, no one's selling it because we want that money. We want to sell the house.
But think about it, like, how weird is that? Like, you know, 100 years from now, people are going to.
I'm putting my will.
I'm putting my will and I'll have to sell this house.
Imagine, like, 100 years from now, people are going to Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania, to go and see your art, view it while your music is playing. You add tourism to the state of Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I don't know if
I don't know if I'd do that. I just don't realize like that. This is really weird. Okay about that.
Like you, Hershey Park, Dorney Park.
Yeah.
Like, why else would people go to Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it would be fun.
I don't know if I'd do it.
I don't know if I'd do it if the top night, you know what I mean? Like, Elsie did it, Ralph did it, and, you know, like the big icons also made to do it, but I don't know if I'm about that, to be honest.
Yeah,
where are you at?
Yeah, look, I had never looked. I'll be dead, so it's a shoot back one. Yeah, nobody's gonna care. But me now alive, like, I don't know how I feel about it. You know, it's weird for me.
I mean, your energy will travel, be amongst your plants, be amongst your farm.
They can just feel it and around the house.
Most of this thing, or what's the deal?
I've got a few animals now.
What got for animals now?
I've got chickens.
Good chickens. Turtles.
Nothing like
crazy farm. You know, not like I don't have like horses or pigs or sheep.
Llamas are very like common. They actually they keep.
A lot of people have llamas.
A lot of people have llamas in Pennsylvania.
Coyotes away.
They make a sound.
Yeah, they all do the amounts of this like a predator.
It's pretty cool. Like, dude, plants are wild to me. Animals are wild. Like, I have this whole new appreciation for things.
Yeah.
Like, I've been fostering puppies. Like, just trying to save as many puppies as I can.
Sick.
And I've been just like deeply analyzing the way dogs communicate with one another. It's crazy.
It is, yeah.
It is, yeah. And they have a whole thing on it.
Totally. And they probably, like, these things have been communicating in a way that like I can never, humans can't even begin to comprehend.
Yeah,
really.
no.
Yeah,
This
is instinctual, like feeling of presence that they have, you know, and they just love to be in the moment and live in the moment. And it's about
the idea
that we were talking about earlier. You said, what is love? An animal is love.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, that's what I mean.
To your point is like,
and just the way they look
And
at
this the way they look at you.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That kind of speak a wolf and just the connection,
eyes to eyes
is a deep thing.
Like the way they can sense,
And that's what I'm figuring it out, people. More so with animals, you're gonna be, because they're closer to that instinctual, like habitual behavior. They kind of forget, as we call adults. You know what I mean? And like
we forget to live
in a moment and be happy and love in the
you
moment.
get to desensitize to a bunch of stuff.
For sure. And
For sure, and like I seem like hot, like my dogs, the way that I've been kind of like they just over, like they just drawn to her and you know, because she must give off this feeling of like just pure love, like and just love it,
and they can see it,
and they can see it too.
Totally.
Yeah, it's a deep
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
You
it's
get
a deep
everything.
thing.
See it, smell it, feel it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the instinct, though, it's crazy. Like my dogs will predict something, like not predict. They know something's about to happen. Could be seconds before they like something comes or whatever.
They feel all kinds of different things that we don't feel in the vibration, but also they're hearing this is somewhat
more heightened
than us, and they can hear things 10 minutes before we do.
Animals.
They're amazing.
They're amazing.
Listen to Under the Stairs. I really appreciate you, man. I really like.
You too.
This is a
You
special
too.
conversation.
I've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it.
Me
It's been
too.
amazing.
Thank you for doing this. Like,
No
I
worries,
really.
thanks for having
No
me.
worries. Thanks
I've
for
always
having me.
enjoyed talking
I've
to you
always
on the
enjoyed
phone.
talking to you on the phone. I was like, we need to get some
We've had some
person.
really good phone interviews. They're deep for what they are. What, like, you know what I mean? A few
Yeah.
minutes on the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
We always
yeah.
seem to
We
have
always
a good
seem to have a good
It always
conversation.
is. And you know what? I was when I would interview you when you were in the band, when I worked at Nickelodeon, I always tried to inject like the same level of questions that we have today. It was just like never twofold, right? Like the executives who are my bosses, like they just want me to stick to their fucking corny ass script.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other thing is like the artists, in this case, like you guys, nobody's like prepared for it because they're so used to like the same old puddle depth shit. So I really appreciated every second you've ever given me throughout the many moons of doing this, which is, how many years has it been? 13, 12?
Yeah.
Yeah,
13
that you knew. Yeah, 13 years.
Started at 17.
Started at 17, yeah.
So actually 14.
So actually 14 years. I'm 31.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've been doing my show for 17 years.
That's mad.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Does it make you feel old?
So make you feel old.
100%.
yeah.
Is
You
this
feel
year?
old?
I do, yeah. When
I
think
do,
about it,
yeah.
I've
When
been
to
doing
think
this for
about, I've
14
been doing
years
this
and
for
I feel
14 years. I
old,
threw all.
There's beauty in
And
that.
I'm not old.
And I'm
I
not
just feel
old. I just feel old
way too
because
long
it's
to
way
be
too
doing
long
this
to
at
be
31.
great. It's a thing more. You know what I mean? Like,
I do like, you know, there is something to doing the same thing for so long, right? The idea of logging thousands upon thousands upon thousands of hours. And like you can reach a point of like subconscious or unconscious competence where you can really like you learn and you figure out and you
They
tackle
say it's
things.
10,000
they say it's
hours, right?
10,000
So
hours,
master
right, to
level.
the
You're
master
master.
level.
Yeah, I don't know how many
Yeah,
hours
don't
I've
know
put
how
in.
many hours I've
30.
put
No,
into.
must be
Yeah, no,
30,000
must be hours.
Has to
30,000
be.
hours.
Don't know.
Don't
We'll have to
know.
do the math.
We have to do the
I
math.
might be really wrong.
I'll
Might
put on my
probably won't.
visor and drive a calculator. It all works out.
We were to direct
No, but
that.
when
Yeah.
you think of that, it is crazy. But also, you have to keep challenging yourself to stay interested and connected, and also to match the stage you're at in your life, right? Like the music you made and the sonics that we're hearing, the sounds and the musicianship, that it's all there because the stories needed it, correct? Right? Like you
Yeah.
needed this R&B folk sound to tell this story.
Exactly. I needed that
Exactly,
pocket,
and you get that
needed
pocket,
space
and you
in
need that
order
space, you know, to
create
what
you know?
created it, you know.
I didn't feel like even
I didn't
the
feel like
genre of
even
music I was
a
doing
genre of
before
music I was
lent
doing
itself
before,
to
letting yourself
allow
allow me to be that deep,
and
you know,
actually tell my
and
story.
tell my story.
Does confidence fuel that decision to take that leap?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
But also
just like
the
the
rush of the fear.
the ship to feel,
like
you know,
this is
like
something that's
this is something
different.
that's
It's not
different,
something that
so not something
people
that people expect,
and I'd like to see.
I'd
what
like
they
to
think
see what the
of
thing
it, you know?
of it, you know,
also.
that
The
of
rush
also,
of the fear.
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
The fear
The
drives.
fear that drives us all
So
right.
true. So true. Listen Under the Stairs. please listen. It's all on Amazon Music. Zane, I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
This was really a lot of fun. Enjoyed every second.
Me too. I loved it.
Me too. I loved it.
Well, peace and love. Zane, everybody.
We done, yeah?
Bye, guys.
So.
All right, wicked.
All right.
Sick.
Yay.